What's up, guys? Today I'm gonna show you how to replace a crawl space vent. With these particular ones right here, these are very easy to install. No screws required, just some simple caulking, window door expansion foam, and that's really it. So the first thing we have to do is get this old one out. To do that, you're gonna need a box cutter. In my case, I'm gonna use this tool right here, and I'm gonna just kind of score around the sides to pull this old one out. These theoretically should just go right in. We're gonna add some expansion foam, add some shims, and then caulk it around and make sure it's nice and level. So let's get started. First thing to do, we are going to cut around here, score around here to get this out. All the tools we are going to use for this entire job is going to be knee pads, safety glasses, ear protection, oscillating tool, box cutter, pliers, caulk gun, exterior caulk, painter's tape, a shop vac, and shims. First thing I'm gonna do is score around the sides of this old crawl space vent with my oscillating tool. If you don't have an oscillating tool, you can use a box cutter. Just make sure you have on gloves. Now we're gonna take our pliers and pull out this old vent. Make sure you have on gloves, don't be like me. And by the way, I normally will pull the nails or the screws out with the appropriate tool, but in this case, they are severely painted over, so we're gonna just rip it out with these pliers first. All right, here's the old one, old and junky and raggedy. Now, right here, it looks like they have the crawl space vent blocked off with some sort of cardboard and insulation. So now we're gonna go ahead and pull both of those out. At this point, there's all type of dust, debris, and webs inside of this area right here. So before we do anything else, we're gonna use our shop vac to clean it out. Now, in my case, my opening's a little bit too small because of how they have the floor joist installed on the mud seal. So we're gonna have to do a little bit of modification. I'm going to trim about a little bit less than 1/4 inch of the floor joist on both sides and trim it back probably about 1/2 inch as well. And in my case, it's not gonna affect the structural support of the house because the floor joist itself is actually past the mud seal. So this is just, extra wood, but that's just kind of how they did it. So we're gonna just trim some of this back, and then our new window should fit perfectly inside. Your situation may be a little bit different. This is an older house, so this is just how they did it. But most of the time I installed these things, they actually go flush right inside, especially on newer homes. All right, so at this point we have some pieces of wood trimmed out on both of these floor joists. Now the window fits in perfectly. We just have to get our shop vac and suck up the debris. So right here, I cut out a 2x4 to sit right here. It's gonna sit flush with the bottom opening of this cutout, so the new window will have something to sit on properly. I'm going to use Liquid Nail Extreme Heavy Duty. And yes, I'm having some problems with this caulk gun, but we got it done. Next, we're gonna go ahead and place this 2x4 in the correct position. And where it sits right now, it's perfectly level and perfectly flush with the opening. In your case, you may not need this, but for this particular house, it's needed. So now we're ready to install our windows. What I like about these particular hopper windows is that there are no screws required. You just simply pick the correct size, put the window into place, use some shims, low expansion foam, and then caulk around it. Pretty straightforward operation. Plus, this particular window is very reliable because it's a manual operation. So you can open it in the summertime and close in the wintertime, or however you want to do it. So we're gonna put this window into place and use some shims to make it level. Also, the shims are gonna help with keeping a gap all around so that when we spray the insulation foam around the sides, we have a gap to fit it in there. Add a shim up here as well. Next up, we're gonna add our low expansion foam, but before we do that, you wanna make sure your window is perfectly level because you're not gonna get many times to adjust it after that. I've determined that the window is level, so now we're gonna go ahead and spray in our window and door low expansion foam. And now, at this point, they're in place. We're gonna let this dry. 2 hours later, the foam is dry. We can go ahead and remove these shims, and now we can use our box cutter to cut off the excess foam all around the hopper window. So this is the final result. Yes, the J channel is a little bit bent all around the window, but we didn't come here to fix that. Next thing to do is caulk all around the hopper window. Now, I'm gonna give you all a little tip for those of you who are not that good at caulking. If you want it to look very professional, one thing you can do is grab some painter's tape, apply the tape above and below where you are going to caulk at. So leave that gap in between where the caulk is actually going to go. Go ahead and apply the caulk where you're going to put it at. Preferably have on some type of rubber glove, stick your finger in water, and then smooth out the line and rip the tape off pretty much right away. Don't rip the tape off fast, rip it off slow, and you'll have nice, smooth, professional looking caulk lines. By the way, the type of caulk that I use for exterior items like this is OSI Quad. As far as sealing items that are going to be exposed to the weather elements and stuff like that, this stuff is really top notch. Can be a little bit tricky to apply and maneuver, but I mean, this is just some really good stuff. Now with my finger dipped in water, I'm going to go ahead and smooth this caulk all around and fill in the gaps. And right after, I'm going to pull this tape off nice and slow. Now, this particular caulk that we use takes approximately 7 to 14 days to fully cure. If you're using the OSI Quad Max, that takes about anywhere from I think 1 to 2 days to fully cure. And so here we are 1 week later and some grass clippings later. We replaced approximately 4 of these windows on this particular house, and everything works perfectly fine. The windows open and close fine. The Crawlspace now has light shining through. And yeah, that's pretty much it. For links to every single product that I use in this video, I will put them down below in the description. Take care. I will see you all in the next video, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up.